Can you blame the father if it's one of those situations where I told you I didn't want it?
Yes.
Why do I have to be a part of this when I said I didn't want it? And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying that deadbeat should have any type of grace at all. But what I am saying is, at what point does the woman take accountability and say, I signed up for this? I signed up for this. When he told me he didn't want it, I knew that it doesn't happen. But I know it doesn't happen, but I it should. Because when he said he didn't want it, I knew that it was going to be hard.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's your take from a woman's perspective?
So I take it we're talking about women who choose to keep the baby.
Yeah.
And the man said he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Okay, so my opinion on that is...
Is he the bad guy? It's all about perspective.
It is. And I'm going to say no. He's not the bad guy, and he can't really be the deadbeat because he said he did not want the child. So the accountability has to be on the woman because she still chose to keep the baby.
People would argue,
even though he said he didn't want it.
Let's stay on the deadbeat part. I think people would argue that he would be a deadbeat because despite he didn't want it, you still chose to do the act and get someone pregnant then walk away. So some people would argue he is a deadbeat. I'm not saying that's my opinion, but that's what I think some people...
Well, you can't say that because... Okay, first of all, it takes two to tango. You both chose either he didn't use a condom, or no, some people do.
It broke.
Exactly. Either he didn't use one, it broke, or on the woman's side of it, because that's all he can do. The woman's side of it is, was you on contraception?
How about I go one better? Don't sleep with people you're not willing to have a baby with.
That's true.
Marry
also.
before you carry.
Yep.
And that will take you out of
Alleviate
any of those situationships. Because sometimes a woman will get herself pregnant on purpose to keep the man.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's just reckless. Women's intuition clearly don't work because you would have seen he was a deadbeat in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's true.
But is the guy necessarily bad for saying, I don't want no part of this? Because would you rather the dude be in and out the child's life, playing games and toying with the child, or at least, you know what, let me walk away. So the child knows there's no daddy there versus jacking the child up by being in and out their life. So
yeah,
there's that perspective as well.
That's true.
What do you think?
I agree with you. I would say first of all, from what she's saying, he's saying he doesn't want to be there. So by you keeping the child, you're taking on that responsibility. You have to accept that it's going to be hard. You have to accept lots of things because you decided to keep that child. So I'm saying for the guy, if he is choosing and saying from the get-go, I don't want to be in this child's life, I don't want to have a baby, I think you should stick to your word in that. So don't be an in and out father. So choose which one you want to do. So if you want to leave, then cool.
So the guy that says, I'm out, I don't know part of this,
the woman has to accept that.
Should he be exempt from paying child support?
Well,
should he be exempt?
Yeah, I would say he should be because he said he doesn't want to be there.
If the woman chooses to keep the baby, I don't have a choice. If she chooses to delete the baby, I don't have a choice. So she can opt in or opt out as she pleases.
Yeah.
All I can do is protect my seed. So then let's say, for example, ish happened and I didn't, for whatever the reason may be, right? Now there's a bun in her oven. I don't want the bun, right? So then I don't want to pay child support for a child. And especially, especially where if you're not the leader of that household and that child don't see you as a superhero, you're going to have problems.
You will have problems.
The woman might want to move on or whatever. She's going to have some new dude. It's all a madness.
It is a madness. It is. I would say to the men also, it is very different for men and women, but I would say, if you're going to sleep with women and you know that woman, you don't want her to be your baby mother, I think you should take precautions in that too.
So exercise better judgment.
Yes, exactly. So at least sleep with women to where if you were to get her pregnant, she's a better caliber woman. So it's like, okay, I
about
didn't really want to have
how about
children.
not doing that?
No,
How
of
about-
course
yeah,
not.
yeah.
But we know men are going to do it anyway. So I'm saying, just like a lot of people can say a lot about the woman and what she should and shouldn't do. So I'm saying on the man's side of it, I think
So
at
what
least
what you're saying is mitigate the risks of
Yeah.
bullshit.
So make
Pretty much.
sure you can see in some form of way
So make sure
that she's
she's
on
clean.
birth control.
Make sure she's clean.
Make sure she's clean. Make sure she has
Okay.
moral standards. Make sure she has her her mind right. Make
At
sure
least-
certain things
At least be aligned.
exactly.
To a degree.
So if you were to get her
Yeah.
pregnant, let's say you don't want her to, but she still
Yeah.
kept it. It's like, okay, at least I know that you'll be a good mum to our child,
But
although
she
I
could
don't
be a
want the
good
child.
mom and he could be a good dad or not. But if he leaves or he's still there, it's still a single parent household.
It is, which is still jacked up.
Guys,
but
guys,
yes.
give us some of your thoughts below.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.